What's up guys, JP back at you once again, bringing you another video. This video is going to be the first in a long series of videos. If you would flash back to when I first started my channel, I did a 20+ video series showing off my entire DVD and Blu-ray collection, box sets, everything, and that video is completely outdated. That video series is completely outdated because my collection has gotten so much bigger since then. And even my Blu-ray collection has greatly surpassed what I had at the time. So I wanted to kind of update that video series in 2014, but I started it and my house caught on fire. It kind of derailed the whole video series. My collection got moved around. I finally got it back up behind me in one place, and I'm happy to say that it's finally out of storage and things like that. So I figured now would be the perfect time to do like a definitive, this is my collection, check it out, 2015 version, and that's what we're gonna do. So this is part one in a long series. Some people like doing it with the camera, holding it, doing the shelf by shelf thing. I like watching those videos, but I like this format a little bit better, where I could show you the title sitting down. My hand doesn't start to get tired, things like that. So let's do it. First up, we have Three Extremes. I've actually never seen this film. I picked it up fairly recently. I know that Takashi Miike has a segment in here, and I just recently watched Imprint from Masters of Horror, and so I'm really looking forward to this short format from Takashi Miike again. I've heard nothing but good things, so when I finally do check it out, I'm probably going to enjoy it, I would probably guess. Then after that, we have Three Extremes 2. I actually don't know very much about this one, the sequel. I haven't really heard many people talk about it. I'm not sure how much better or worse it is compared to the first one. I'm sure it declined a little bit in how good it is, just based on maybe a bit of memories that I've heard people talk about, but I'm excited to check both of these out. I'll probably watch them back to back, have a nice little anthology double feature. So let's move on. Next up we have Seven Sins of the Vampire. I've actually never even seen this film. I've had it in my collection for a long time, and it looks kind of awful. Evasion of the hooker, or vampire hookers, just doesn't really seem like anything that I'm gonna put high on my to-watch list. So Seven Sins of the Vampire. After that we have this outdated version of 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, and The Return of the Living Dead. I am really not a big upgrader. I don't like double dipping at all. So I have this that I bought years ago, probably like 2009, 2010. And this is actually the only version I own of all three of these films. And The Return of the Living Dead happens to be one of my favorite zombie films, if not my favorite zombie film. Actually, it is my favorite zombie film. So yeah, The Return of the Living Dead is my favorite zombie film, and it's one of my all-time favorite horror films, easily top 10, and I have it in a multi-pack. So that just goes to show you how much I really don't like double dipping, even though the Blu-ray of Return of the Living Dead is really cheap, so I probably should upgrade eventually. I just never really got a chance to do it. I've never really got around to upgrading it. 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, I'm fine with having in this multi-pack, because to be honest, even though the first film is a very, very strong film, I'm not going to rewatch it a lot, so probably won't need to upgrade that. And as for 28 Weeks Later, I've only seen it one time, I believe, and I didn't love it, so we're cool with this for the multi-pack for those two films, but I probably will upgrade The Return of the Living Dead eventually. After that, we have 30 Days a Night, which, the more I watch this film, the more I like it. I remember when it first came out, I was really high on it. It was really dark, really a horror film, set in the winter, claustrophobic, vampires, isolation, all my favorite things. I thought the acting was solid, and really creepy, kind of Nosferatu, or kind of feral vampires in this one. Great stuff here. I never actually got a chance to see the sequel. If I ever see it for cheap, I'm probably going to pick that up, because I've always kind of been curious to it. After that, we have 247 Degrees Fahrenheit. This film was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was kind of very average. And I felt like whenever the containment happened, I felt like right there you have to make the story interesting by creative dialogue, creative character situations, intelligent characters who are doing things to try to, to prolong the story while they're stuck in the sauna. I just felt like it really didn't have any of that. I've talked about this one many times. It's just kind of an average one. Then we have 976 Evil. This one I haven't watched in quite a while, but I do like it. This is a very solid, fun 80s horror film. Stephen Jeffries, directed by Robert Englund, which is pretty interesting. I haven't watched this one in a while, but I definitely probably will revisit this one sooner or later because it's a fun film. After that, we have Stephen King's 1408. I watched this one fairly recently, and it was pretty solid. It's kind of one that I probably wouldn't go back to a bunch, but I remember it being really kind of interesting the way the story was told, and kind of how there's certain points you don't know what's reality and what's not reality. It has a lot of like timeline jumping around, false storytelling going on. So I thought that was really cool how that was set up. Kind of creepy a bit, but not one that I'll probably visit for quite a while. After that, we have After Dark Horror Fest. This is the first season, and we have The Abandoned. I actually forgot I even owned this because I thought I had only owned one of the After Dark Horror Fest films, but apparently I must have owned two. I must have got this in a contest or something because I'd actually never watched this. One day I want to grab all of the 8 films in each of the series and do like a huge week-long marathon and watch all the 8 films, all the different horror fests. I think there was 4 of them originally. I was trying to get the box sets for a long time, but it's just, they're too expensive, so I'll just buy them individually, and I guess I only need a couple more. I think, was there only 7 in the first series? I can't remember, but I guess I have 2 of them, so I guess I need more than a couple more in the first series, but I will eventually grab those. They're pretty cheap. Then we have Abyss. I actually haven't watched this film yet, and I grabbed it for like $5 at Walmart just because I thought the cover was cool. Don't know much about it. Looks like it's some kind of underwater film. I'm not sure how much of a horror film it is. It's probably more sci-fi, but yeah, The Abyss. And after that, we have Alien Raiders. Now this one's actually a pretty cool one because based on the cover and the title, you think, Alien Raiders sounds kind of generic, sounds kind of low budget, probably a crap fest. But no, it's actually really solid. Complete, interesting story. Bunch of people trapped in a supermarket. There's an alien. It's actually really well done for what you expect and the budget and things like that. Alien Raiders, I actually highly recommend. It's kind of like a hidden gem. Then we have Alive or Dead. This one was absolutely awful. I watched it one time. I will probably never watch it again. It's just not a good film. There was nothing really too interesting about it. I mean, the castle setting was kind of cool. That's something I remember. Just all over the place in terms of story. Not suspenseful. Just kind of an awful movie. I do not recommend Alive or Dead. After that, we have Alice Kills, which I highly recommend. This is one of the best films I've seen in recent years. I believe I even rated this like a 9 or a 9.5. Just truly amazing stuff here. $5 at Walmart. You can find this film super cheap. It's a gore fest. It's just so well done. The story is told so well, and the ending is absolutely amazing. Definitely pick up Alice Kills if you've never seen it. After that, we have All Cheerleaders Die. Was not a big fan of this one. This was a Lucky McKee film. It's actually a remake of, I believe, his first film, or a short film that he did at the beginning of his career. have not seen the original, but I just didn't like this one that much. It's really average. I think I gave it like a 5 out of 10. I really don't recommend grabbing it. Maybe if it's super cheap, you know, it's kind of a pass. You could pick it up. After that, we have American Gothic. Now, it's been a long time since I've watched this one. I picked this up years and years ago, 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. Super cheap I grabbed it for. I don't know if this one's still in print. I haven't seen really anybody talk about it as of late. I'm pretty sure that it is still relatively cheap though, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of a cool movie. It's kind of creepy. I actually really enjoyed this one, but it's been a long time, so it's kind of fuzzy in my head right now, so maybe I need to give this one a rewatch. After that is actually a film that I just found in my collection. I kind of had it off to the side and forgot about it, and that is American Grindhouse, because on the podcast I was doing my Horror 101 series where I would talk about a documentary horror film, a documentary based on horror films, or you know, something like that, and I actually forgot I owned this one, so I could have actually continued that series for at least another episode, but I kind of forgot about this one. It was off in the side of my collection, but I found it now, so I'll definitely give it a shot and give it a watch pretty soon, because I've heard pretty good things about this one, and these are, you know, American Grindhouse, that sounds really awesome, so I'm looking at the back of it right now. It looks really cool, so definitely giving that one a watch really soon. After that, we have America's Serial Killers. I actually grabbed this with another series of episodes of something in a multi kind of bin thing, Echo Bridge, or actually Mill Creek, which is the other Echo Bridge, at Walmart. And this one is about some serial killers. You have the case of Jack the Ripper, you have Albert Fish on here, Ed Gein, the Zodiac, Son of Sam, Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, John Gacy, and a bunch of other popular serial killers, infamous if you will. And I love these type of things. It just sucks because I haven't had the amount of time that I wish I had to kind of pop these in, because this is like 7 hours long. It's 10 episodes, or 10 programs, it says, 10-part journey into darkness. I did watch the first part, which was the Jack the Ripper part. It was pretty interesting, but I actually find Jack the Ripper one of the more boring cases in serial killer history, just because it's so old and there's so little evidence now, and it's just, you can't really, it seems like a lot of guessing to me when they're talking about Jack the Ripper. So yeah, not a big fan, but I actually do want to, you know, sit down and watch some more of these. These are really cool. I've always been a big fan of sort of the serial killer story. After that, we have the Amityville Horror remake. I actually do like this remake. It's not one of my favorites, but I've always kind of enjoyed it a little bit, and I know a lot of people have a huge problem with Ryan Reynolds. I actually don't, but I've had this DVD in my collection for a very long time, and it definitely has some wear on it. But, you know, I mean, I like it. I remember I went on a date, kind of, when I was in, like, 8th grade or 7th grade or something. It was me and this girl, and then her girlfriend, and, you know, another dude, and another girl, and another dude. It was like a bunch of us, and it was so hard to get into this movie because it was rated R, and, you know, I was only like, you know, 13, 14 or whatever, but it was pretty cool seeing it in the theater and stuff. So yeah, the Amityville Horror. I have good memories of that film. Then we have Amityville 4, The Evil Escapes. What an awful cover, but I will say, this one I grabbed for about $2. It sucks. It's kind of in a little bit bad condition. It's kind of like warped, the paper inside the case, but I kind of wanted to have it on DVD. I mean, the Amityville films are so hard to get. I don't even think all of them are released. There's so many in the series, and they're really hard to get. I really wish they would get re-released, because I think it would be an absolute blast to sit through all of those awful films and do sort of a franchise marathon. I love punishing myself that way, so that would be something that I would be interested in doing if they ever all get re-released. Or released for the first time. I mean, there's so many in the series, I don't even know now. Me and Moods and Jeremy were sitting there talking about them one night. If they ever do get released, though, we would probably cover them on the podcast, do some kind of crazy Amityville episode. But until then, I'll stick to the first three, the remake, and of course the fourth one. I've actually never seen the fourth one. I've only seen the first three in the remake. So there's plenty of Amityville out there for me to still discover. And finally, after that, the last DVD for this part, which is part 1, we have My Amityville Horror. This is a great documentary. It's very different than what you would expect. I mean, it's almost kind of disturbing in the fact that this guy, this kid, it's based on the real kid who was the son of the Lutz family, and his kind of traumatic upbringing dealing with the Amityville hauntings and his psychopathic father, or at least in his words, you know, pretty much a dickhead. So check this out if you never have. It's released by IFC Midnight. Solid documentary. It's just not what you would expect in terms of, it doesn't really get into the Amityville hauntings all that much. It's more about this guy, My Amityville Horror. See you guys next time in part 2. It's going to be a long road, but I hope all of you stick with me and join me throughout, and peace.